world? My name is Nicholas Montez, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Nicholas Montez. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, everybody. I'm so excited to have you all back here together again, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing my ranking of all 3 Fear Street movies. Let's not waste much time and get into this ranking of this 3-week trilogy. Now, if you saw my review, you know that I thought that this was a satisfying conclusion to this trilogy. But when you think about it, it is kind of my least favorite. Well, at least for me. So, it starts off as basically what the movie's about, as it takes place in this 1666 world, and Dina and the Game Shakers kid are there, and to be honest with you, I was surprised because these kids were not around 1666, so how are they around? And then when you get to the end, it's like, they were having visions of it. And it had some cool character arcs in the way it told the story with them, and then it concluded this whole story on a pretty positive note, and it had a good arc with Dina and Samantha. And of course, it had the bloody gore and violence that you wanted from these films. So I think it closed out stuff right. But really, just when you get to the 1666 scene with Dina and the Game Shakers kid, their accents are absolutely horrible. And it was just very confusing because, how were they in it? And then when you finally reveal it, it's like, it feels unsatisfying. But besides that, this was a pretty satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. Part 2, of course, I enjoyed. I really enjoyed the first one, which I'll talk about soon. But I thought that this movie pretty much did what I feel like that this movie works more as a movie that basically is a mix of horror and a story about kids in summertime in 1978, rather than a continuation of this story and background of this story. So this movie worked more as a story of summer 1978 with a horror vibe to it, but rather than the continuation of the story. But I still enjoy it, and I still enjoyed the soundtrack, the raunchy comedy, and yeah, so it was enjoyable, but not as good as the first one. This is the movie that I think did everything right. Now, it's not a perfect movie. I do have issues with it. Well, I mean, not really many issues, but it's not the best movie ever made. But it is a really well-told story where you introduce this story with these characters as the first scene really begins this story, and it sets up these good characters with funny backstories, and it had the soundtrack feels like the 90s. The plot feels very similar to heist movies, and the way the whole movie works, and the horror vibe, the music, the tone, the relationships, everything really pretty much just works. So I think that this movie was the best one, and I think it had all of that I liked. So that's why it's my favorite movie of the Fear Street trilogy. So that's why it's the number 1. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram is Marvel6, and my TikTok name is MarvelFan. If you guys don't understand those names, head to my about section to follow me on all social medias. I'm also on Letterboxd. It's the same name as on Instagram, Marvel_6_, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.